Ivan here, and welcome back to the GlamrockPix channel, and welcome in if you're new. Today we have a very special guest. I have Kise with me today. Say hi, Kise.
Yippee!
Today we're talking about Harmony Hollow, and we've got the other 4 of the main 8. Hooray! I'm gonna let Kise get started by talking about Frosty Delivery and who he is.
Yippee! Frosty Delivery is our element of communication, but he's mute. But he's still great at communicating because of the letters he writes for everybody. They're very well worded. He thinks about what he has to say, you know?
His communication surpasses verbal communication.
Yeah. I want to talk about how Frosty Delivery got his cutie mark. Yippee! Back in his hometown in the snowy mountains, he had one friend who wouldn't judge him for his method of communication. But unfortunately, said friend was moving away. Betrayal. And he was so compelled to tell them how much he appreciated them and their lack of judgment for him that he spent hours writing the perfect letter, all his thoughts and feelings written down, and delivered it to their house during a big snowstorm. And then after it was successfully delivered, he got his cutie mark. Yay!
You could say he made a Frosty Delivery.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Frosty Delivery, do you want to tell us a little bit about your process when it comes to his design? Because I am a big fan, but I know you put a lot of thought into all the stuff. I would love for you to explain it a little bit.
I decided to include the element of the Aurora Borealis. Wow, fancy. In his mane and his hooves and his tail, because honestly I just thought the colors were pretty and it gave winter vibes. So
I also love the detail of like the snow effects that you did all over his coat as well. I had such a fun time adding those.
In terms of his personality, he's kind of like a comforting type of friend, slightly sassy, very reasonable. He actually really loves gossip and also people watching. He's kind of a goof. He's got so much personality even though he doesn't talk.
Speaking of personality, he's honestly the most himself around Cherry Cobbler, our next pony. Tee. Did someone say yowie? Cause I did. Anyway, Cherry Cobbler is actually our element of honesty, and he is a robot. Surprise! They're not all plain ass horses. Joke's on you. Anyway, Cherry Cobbler is actually a disability pony, meaning he was created by his 2 dads who will show up on the screen now, and he was made for the purpose of being a disability assistant for his horse dad, Cherry Rancher. He's very cute, very cunty, because Cherry Rancher is actually a cherry bucking horse. Like, he bucks down cherry trees, so he kind of looks like both of his dads. And then his other papa is Black Forest Cake, who obviously Kise designed. Yay, dads! Anyway, they're so cute. I love them so much. But yeah, so the whole point is that he was created with the intent of helping around the farm so that his dad, who has like a leg disability, chronic pain, could basically continue his work around the farm. He actually didn't have a cutie mark initially. He was not born with a cutie mark or created with a cutie mark. He earned his cutie mark through assisting his papa and finding so much love and passion in their family. And Cherry Rancher actually dubs this as the day he became like a real pony, which is so, it's so cute to me. Also, he was originally intended to have like a rusty looking coat before I designed their papas, and he's also supposed to kind of look like a cherry pie, which I think is so cute. He's got the speckles on his rump and the freckles from his dad. But yeah, that's Cherry Cobbler. I love him so much. That's all I have to say about Cherry Cobbler specifically, but he has a very special sun pony, doesn't he, Kise? A certain snow pony. How do they end up together?
Literally, they're just chilling some afternoon. He passes him a letter like always. Cherry Cobbler opens the letter. In that letter it says, "I think I'm in love with you."
And that's
all it says.
And Cherry is like, what? It's so Mickey Mouse. And he ends up crying because he's like, oh, I've been in love with you the whole time. I didn't know what that meant. That's crazy. I guess I love you too. And now we are on to our next pony, Moonlit River. I love Moonlit River because Moonlit River is a bat pony and is the element of patience. He actually runs like a cute little spa for relaxation and has like a little meditation area where he practices patience, and like, it's adorable. I love him so much. He's also a very tall and skinny pony compared to the rest of the main 8, so he's quite slender. I think he's the 2nd tallest compared to Midnight, but
he says collect my pages.
He really does say collect my pages. His cutie mark is obviously a shining night sky with a moon and obviously a river because he actually got his cutie mark upon seeing the love of his life, Mr. Sea Pony, who comes next, but I can't talk about him quite yet. But yeah, Moonlit River, he's quite quiet. He doesn't talk very much. He tends to not be super involved in any of like the main character conflicts at all. He's just like kind of super awkward and standoffish. He kind of feels a weird slot in their friend group since he tends to be kind of a peacemaker, but also just very much on the side of villains, if that makes sense. He's technically a bat pony in the sense that he's not a vampire bat pony, but a child of Nightmare Moon, as she had created like her bat night ponies. That's where his bat poniness comes from. So he tends to sympathize a lot more with villains and the misunderstandings that they're going through, as he has faced some bullying just from his pony ethnic background, which is like, what the hell? Why are you being mean to him? Look at him. He just going blep.
He walks in a room and it goes
I will say, yeah, Moonlit is like kind of a gothic pony. I think if he was like in a modern scenario, he would be so emo. But he tends to be really only close with Sea Pony and Midnight, especially during a specific arc of Midnight involving a certain pony named Gloomy Everglow. I wonder, I can't put my finger on why that name is so familiar. All my homies hate and love Gloomy Everglow. But yeah, the proper way that Moonlit actually got his cutie mark is he was so depressed from all of the bullying he was facing that he was going to, and this is a trigger warning for suicide and mentions of suicide. If you don't like that, skip this part. He was going to off himself in the river because he was just done with life, very depressed. And then he saw Sea Pony, I won't say his name yet because we're not there, and his life literally got meaning all over again, and he felt like he had seen the luxuries of the world, like seeing the moon, the stars, and he fell in love with this pony at first sight and actually got his cutie mark by realizing there was more to life than being depressed, because he saw Sea Pony who was just like, do you want this little trinket? And he was like, I want you. But yeah, that's
you're forgetting the best part, man. They kissed.
Oh, they do kiss. That's true. I forgot to mention they do indeed kiss.
That's their first meeting. That's why it snaps him out of him being so suicidal.
True.
It's like,
he literally is like looking into the water and he's like, I'm gonna do it. And then Sea Pony's like, you want a little trinket? Mwah. Kisses him on the little schnauzer and he's like, and he ascends. When doing his color palette, I actually looked at G4 like bat ponies, and they all had this like blue inner ear and like this shell piece on their chest, so I tried to incorporate that into his design. And I also went with purples to balance out the main 8, as we didn't really have like a purple pony quite yet, but he does have streaks of like blue and like light blue in his hair along with little stars to represent like the moonlit part and also the river and, you know, that sort of thing. I personally believe the 2 little braids in his hair were done by his little partner, his little sea pony boyfriend, and Confetti Cake, because due to contrary belief, I personally think that Moonlit and Confetti Cake would be besties. Have they become besties?
Confetti gets along with everyone.
Confetti does get along with everyone, but I feel like personally, I feel like Confetti Cake is one of those people who like loves the weirdos.
Yeah, they really
Cake
do.
is like, you're a little strange. You're my friend now. I also think that Moonlit would get along really, really well with Silly Seams. They both are very crafty, and I could totally see them like sitting together and doing crafts or hanging out at the salon. I actually think to like the spa that they work at, if it was like a spa salon, I think that Moonlit and Silly Seams would like work together on garments or like specialty things at the spa, and I think it'd be so cute. I definitely could see them working at the same place. And as we finish up with Moonlit River, we move on to our next pony, his Pookie Bear, the love of his life, Seashell Sunrise. And I'm gonna let Kisei take over because this is his pony.
Yippee! Seashell Sunrise is the element of reliability. He's that friend that you can always rely on, ride or die, will probably run someone over for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's also a sea pony, which is another new species. Very cute.
I love sea pony.
He's so cute. I love his whole design. Like, Kise killed it with his cute little tail, and we wanted to do something different from G4 because we both think it's weird that they're just like, they don't have legs. So,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
so we ended up switching directions and we did like a horse tail. It's a fish tail. Do you want to talk about his side of getting his little cutie mark? Since they got their cutie marks at the same time, those gay boys.
Yes. One day, Seashell Sunrise is out. He's looking for the greatest treasure ever. This dude is a hoarder, and his favorite thing is collecting treasures of the ocean. So, he's swimming. He finds a little saltwater river that kind of goes into one of the lakes. Swims up that shit. He finds a pretty devastated looking Moonlit River, and he's like, what the heck is this pony sad about? Let me give him a kiss real quick. And then by spending a moment with him, he realizes, oh shoot, this guy probably needs my treasures more than I do right now. So Seashell Sunrise shares his treasures with Moonlit River, and then he earns his cutie mark because he learned that the greatest treasure was life itself. He found the greatest treasure.
Yeah.
Yay!
Very gay. Another cute design detail that Kise did that I'm like deeply in love with, as I'm like lining the hair right now, is the way that all of his like little hair curling and layers are like wave shaped. It's so cutie.
I also put a lot of actual kind of sea environment kind of stuff in his hair. Like I put, that's supposed to be red algae, the red stuff in his hair, and then there's also a sea anemone. Don't ask how it's alive outside of the water. Don't ask. He's a sea pony. It's magic. It just works. He also has sea grapes
in the world.
in his little hair.
Did I draw his sea grapes? I did.
I don't know.
They're not pearls.
But he does have little sea grapes. Yeah, and he has pearls. He's decked out. He's a hoarder. He's got his treasures.
He's really Ariel core. He's really Ariel at her worst.
No, not at her worst. Don't say that about him.
True, at her best.
He's a baddie.
When I hoard, I feel my best.
Literally. But yeah, he's very silly, very low-key prankster type. He always freaking teams up with Confetti Cake to cause trouble. It's terrible.
Confetti Cake is everyone's bestie. She's really like, she's teaming up with everyone to do everything at once.
Yeah, she's such an enabler. If it brings them joy, they will do it with them. Trust. So yeah, people get antagonized by those two a lot, by just Seashell in general, honestly, because he just finds a lot of pleasure in being a menace.
But not Moonlit. They just kiss.
He's very peace and love with his boyfriend.
Yeah, I think they canonically have been dating the longest, and were they basically joined the main 8 already dating.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Filet.
Moonlit loves his bum ass boyfriend. No job. No money.
Yeah, he's got no job. He's the only member that doesn't have a job. It's embarrassing.
Literally, every other member of the main 8 has an occupation. Silly Seems works at like the boutique salon. Frickin' Moonlit's got his spa. Solar Flare works at the museum. Midnight's a night. Cherry Cobbler's got his farm job. Confetti Cake's like a party clown. Frickin'
yeah,
Frosty
she's a birthday clown.
A delivery man. And this bum ass has no job and just sits and looks pretty.
Yeah, that's what he's best at, dude.
I mean, Moonlit agrees. He loves his bum ass boyfriend. Like, literally, Moonlit is not complaining. He can sit there and look pretty as long as he like. Oh my god, rendering this tail was a nightmare. It was fun. It was a nightmare.
That's my hair behind ear.
Kise loves to do such detailed designs where like recreating them is like horrific. Like, no. I love every design you make, but recreating the like water shapes, I literally like went into his DMs while I was working on this and I was like, please give me the brushes to use.
Why does he have the eyes of El Diablo right now?
Oh, I used brown so that I could actually see all of the pearls when I was coloring them in, because I colored them in individually. I actually used a lot of like brushes this round where when I was trying to get certain shapes such as like the braids or the pearls, I used a brush first and then I relined everything like a sick freak because I like everything looking perfect and in my art style. But I worked very, very hard. And after we finish Seashell Sunrise, we're gonna move on to their cutie mark. Yeah, this time I did a special little treat for you guys. I drew every pony's cutie mark in the main name. So now you get to see them up close because I know a lot of you were wondering, what does Midnight's cutie mark look like and the whole thing. Starting off with the 4 we did the first time, Solar Flare's cutie mark is obviously supposed to be like a sun with like a solar flare. Kise, do you want to talk a little bit about your process for your pony's cutie marks?
I just made confetti cakes a party popper because party. I came up with the idea after brainstorming what could possibly be Confetti Cake's origin for Cutie Mark, and I decided it would be really cute if when Confetti Cake was little, they were having a birthday party and they invited all of their friends to come and nobody came, so they were like really sad, and then a party clown that was off of their job decided to come and cheer them up, and they were so happy. They were like, oh my god, I want to be just like you one day, and then they got their Cutie Mark after they gave them a party popper. Yay, so cute.
Do you also want to share about how Midnight got his cutie mark and maybe why it's the way it is?
That one's really cute. Basically, Midnight got his cutie mark. He actually, when he was younger, was the biggest scaredy cat ever. He had no intentions of becoming a knight at all. But one day, since, you know, they're both royalty, he is the prince, just like his sister's a princess. She came into his room and she was like, I want to go adventuring in the forest tonight. And he was like, no, let's not do that. And she was like, well, I'm going with or without you. And he was like, well, can't let you do that. So older brother duty, he went after her. And they were exploring together. She's like, see, there's nothing to be afraid of. Just messing around. And then they bump into a sleeping monster in the forest. And before it can attack the both of them, Midnight manages to put up a shield using his magic. And he actually used to be really bad at using his magic, but he locked in.
Well,
He
to
locked
be a
in to
good
protect
big
his
older
sister.
brother.
Yeah, and then he got his cutie mark right after. Delay.
As for Silly Seams, she actually got her cutie mark. It was a filly because it's canon. Her grandma is Rarity. Yeah, her grandma is Rarity, and Rarity's a cute little old lady, and that means the Rare Jack baby is actually Silly Seam's parents, which maybe have designs already. Oh my god, but I won't talk about them. But Silly Seams was really, really down and was feeling like, you know, I don't do any. I see Confetti Cake already got their cutie mark. You know, they were kind of like a run where they haven't gotten their cutie mark yet. But after spending actually so much time with Grandma Rarity, hearing about the stories of the main 6, like the original main 6, she was so touched and realized that actually friendship is magic and that she wants nothing more than some friends of her own, and that if she could one day be like her grandma, that maybe she too would be able to get her cutie mark. And she got her cutie mark because, like, as a little sewing patch, because Grandma Rarity was making her cute little leggings that she always wears, her little leg warmers. And yeah, she got her cutie mark from that moment, just realizing like, wow, having friends is kind of everything. Since we've already talked about the bottom 4's cutie marks, do you want to talk about a little bit of your design process for those 4, or even what we're thinking that the shapes of their elements of harmony might be? You say?
The only thing I know for sure, I didn't really have anything specific. I was just like, letter for Frosty Delivery.
Yeah, I think we both talked about that his element of harmony is actually in the shape of his little bow on the letter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As for Cherry Cobbler, my design process, I cooked, okay? I was like, oh, I want it to be a cherry. I want it to be a cherry. I was like, what? In what way do I combine cherry and robot? And then I was like, gears! And then I made the cherries into gears, and I think it is so cute. Moonlit River, actually, his cutie mark changed. It originally looked like a moon on the water, and I was like, this does not give Moonlit River. So I switched it for a more magical shape, which is usually typical in unicorns, but I thought it really worked for Moonlit River. I added the moon, obviously, and the stars, and then I made the bottom of the moon sky, the night sky, into a river. And when he gets his element of harmony, his is actually in the shape of a moon. And as for Seashell Sunrise, Mr. Kise, do you want to talk us through why seashells?
Because he loves collecting seashells. But honestly, I didn't really have the biggest creative idea when it came to the cutie mark. I think Midnight's is the only one where I was like, yeah. But then, I mean, For Seashell Sunrise, anyway, all it is the two seashells are in the colors of a sunrise, and there's kind of like markings that kind of look like the rays of the sun in the seashells, because I honestly think that seashells already kind of look like a sunrise depending on the type that you get. So I kind of took inspiration from that.
Those are all their cutie marks. If you guys want us to do, I don't know, maybe an episode where we talk about their elements of harmony, we could always do that. But yeah, next we go on to the gay people, to the gay dads.
Gay dads.
This is me sketching Cherry Rancher and Black Forest Cake. The gay dads! They're real! They're real! Fun fact, basically, Harmony Hollow would not exist if it weren't for Black Forest Cake. Because Kisei drawing Black Forest Cake made me go, ooh, he needs a man. And that's where Cherry Rancher came in, and the rest was history. And we were like, we need all these ponies. We should have all these pony OCs. And it's been a blast. I love Harmony Hollow. Kisei and I cooked. The other reason that we were like, oh, we should do Harmony Hollow is that we were like, these infection AUs are ridiculous. We should make one. And that's literally how we got Harmony Hollow. But since I'm properly drawing Black Forest Cake, Mr. Kisei, would you like to tell us a little bit about him?
There's a little twirl. Yeah. Black Forest Cake, out of the two of them, I think is the stricter one. But he's honestly very chill. He's a very, very chill little individual wearing his very masculine, very cutie bow.
Very boy.
To hold up his finger. It needs to be sanitary up in this bakery. Even though, I mean, he uses his horn for everything, so like his magic.
It's absolutely unnecessary. But he's like, I look cute, don't I? And Cherry Rancher's like,
It's to keep it from collecting the powders on the floor anyway. He wears an apron, not a bib. It's not a bib, please.
And it's also really masculine.
He might throw a cake at you if you call it a bib. But yeah, he's silly. He loves his husband.
And his son.
Yes, he loves both of them very, very much.
He loves his son so much that they have little matching bows. Me and Kisei didn't do this intentionally, but both Cherry Cobbler and Black Forest Cake have like a little tail ribbon and like a neck scarf situation, like a neck accessory. And so I was like, oh my god, Kisei, what if Black Forest Cake made them for Cherry Cobbler so they would match? And I was like, we cooked. Oh, they're so cute. I love this little farmer family. Now I'm starting on Cherry Rancher, who is the creator and papa of Cherry Cobbler as well. He actually, like I said before, made Cherry Cobbler with his own hands to help him aid with his disability, with his own hooves.
Well, I guess he has both. They can transform into humans.
I was like, wait! Wait, have we told them that yet?
Oh, I don't know.
Surprise! Surprise!
Magic everywhere in the land. They can change into humans whenever they want, because they got magic from the Posteria.
Which is why the human forms will actually be its own video once we do the villains video, but I digress. We'll get to that later. Cherry Rancher has been disabled his whole life, so the actual like pant accessory he's wearing is actually like a disability aid. It actually alleviates a lot of the pain that he feels in his hind legs. So as long as it's fashionable, it is also accessible and cute, and we love it. We love an accessible fashion statement. Also, Cherry Rancher has these two little cherry beads on his mane and his tail, and they actually match little cherry beads that Cherry Cobbler has. So yeah, he matches his papa. Cherry Rancher also has a little country accent, and if you like that, you should like that. But like I said, also, obviously, Cherry Cobbler takes a lot after his papa, Cherry Rancher, because he's got the little red in his hair that's from his papa, and the speckles are from, like the freckles specifically, are from Cherry Rancher, and the splotch, like little splotchy markings on Cherry Cobbler are actually from Black Forest Cake, so he looks like both of his papas. I should also mention too that Black Forest Cake and Cherry Rancher actually met because Black Forest Cake went over to Cherry Rancher's little cherry farm and was like, hey, Cherry Rancher, like, do you have any spare cherries? Like, I'm trying to make a Black Forest Cake. And Cherry Rancher stared at him and went, I'm in love with you, absolutely, I have extra cherries. And the rest was history. I mean, it's so much easier making cherry desserts when you marry the guy. So the two of them fell in love, and they're so cute. But yeah, after the two lovebirds, we move on to the final shot of the main 8. Oh my gosh, they're done! We're finally here! Thank you guys so much for your support on part 1 of Harmony Hollow. I hope you guys enjoyed part 2. However, we have come to announce there is a part 3. We haven't started it yet, but the plan is part 3 will be finally our villains episode, which will include Gloomy Everglow, the one that I've hinted at you for all this time, and it'll be split on mine and Kise's channel. So I will be drawing Gloomy Everglow, and Kise will be drawing our secret other villain that we've teased a little bit. A certain princess, a certain evil princess. If you want to know more about that, you'll have to wait for part 3, but it'll be split. So you'll have to go to my channel and subscribe to Kise to keep up with that. So make sure you subscribe to Kise in the description or you're gonna miss out. Because the lore's important. You know why? That other villain is Solar Flare's Pookie Bear. And you don't want to miss out. There might be ship art in both of these videos. We don't know. We haven't done them yet. So get excited. But again, seriously, thank you guys so much for all your support on Harmony Hollow. Kise and I could not be more grateful for such success in this series. We definitely want to do more with it. We love it so much. But yeah, part 3 is going to be villains, and we're hoping that part 4 will be human designs, but that is far for the future. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Let's Draw while we do Harmony Hollow. If you guys have any questions, leave us some comments. If you want to talk a bit more about it, leave us some comments. And also, a little promo on Saturday, because this video comes out on Friday. Me and Kise will be probably, at least for sure, I'll be there. We're still having some scheduling, but we will be doing a Harmony Hollow members only drawing stream where you guys can leave requests for us, and we will be drawing the Harmony Hollow main 8. Since now they're all released, we can take little requests about them. You can also obviously make requests for the gay dads, but we thought we'd let you guys know that that is what is coming, and so be so excited. Hopefully it'll be a really fun time. But thank you guys so much again. We love you all so much. I'm gonna say bye, Kise.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.